Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, except, 36, because 36 is just not a lucky number. But everyone else, all the rest of you children of various ages, it's showtime. Okay, fine, the 36-year-olds can come too. All right, here we are. Character appears to have a little sadness about him, a little existential ennui, perhaps, where life and the burdens thereof sometimes just feel like a little bit more than we can handle. But in true fashion, he'll feel better after murdering some bad guys. Hope your Sunday's been okay. Hope you're enjoying it and relaxing. Because tomorrow, the week starts. It's good evening to whomever has joined me. All is ready, it says. So, yeah. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Oh, let's go ahead and eat. And eat. Let's make sure we have appropriate weaponry. We have 22 explosive marbles. I might like some more explosive marbles. Also, I do not appear to have my arrows in my inventory. I must have removed them. Those are sticks, which technically are not arrows. Did I? I don't think I burned through all of my arrows, because I'd made, a bunch. There we go. We now have many arrows. I will make a few more explosive marbles with some rocks, a little bit of gunpowder. Because as primitive man discovered, explosive marbles are good. All right. So I believe where we were headed, we were going to hit... We did that cave? I can't remember if we did that cave or not. We did complete that, so what we'll do is we will go here. Not too far. I guess we'll do the bunker first. Wasn't there a horror game by that name? We need to be going, basically you're south by southeast-ish. You don't want to get the husband or the wife and not the other. That would be cruel. So tomorrow the plan is I've got some errands to run. So I will either be most likely doing a key farm in Guild Wars 2. Or taking a day off. Probably the Guild Wars 2 thing. Wolves. Okay. One of you at a time, please. Come on. Most likely, it will be the Guild Wars 2 key farm thing. Shorter stream. Because Tuesday is going to be busy. On Tuesday, my best guess now, well, it'll kind of depend on how the launch for the primary thing of interest for the day, the Legion remix for WoW, goes. Missed it. That is Fat Buddy, my friend. I hope you're doing well. Thank you, as always, very much. 71 months. You poor, poor man. Thank you, as always. You are very kind. Far too generous. And I hear a wolf. I swear I heard a wolf. I did. How goes your weekend, Fat Buddy? So, as I was saying, the Monday worked yesterday. Weekend work. It manages the rare prize of both sucking and blowing. So tomorrow, most likely, by far, a key farm for Guild Wars 2. Pardon me, guys. Excuse me. Pardon me. Pardon me, dear. There you go. I'm wet. I'm all wet. Oh, come on. I just wanted, to air out one more, you little jerks. Oh, nice meaty thud. That one may not have even killed it. But then Tuesday's going to be the busy day. It did kill it, okay. Probably starting early, assuming the servers are up and functioning correctly. I will start the day by playing the Legion remix for some length of time. Perhaps as long as until dinner. Why did I not empty out my inventory? Manual? Let's see. We'll see how much stuff we can transfer over to him to carry. Rather a lot, it seems like. Well, that should do for now, I guess. So, assuming I'm enjoying myself, I can see myself playing for some number of hours in the 4 to 6 range before I call it an early session, only to return after dinner at my usual time. 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, middle of the night in Europe, morning in Asia, Australia, and New Zealand. With a little bit of Mad King action from Guild Wars 2, as tomorrow the festival, my favorite festival in Guild Wars 2, starts. Now, I don't think it's the best festival. Is it? Is the sun setting? That's really unwelcome. Also unwelcome, more wolves. Should have checked to the time of day. Because we're almost where we were going, but if it's almost, yeah, I don't have any rest buffs rolling, so we're going to head back home. So while it is definitely my personal favorite of the festivals, I don't think it's the best festival. I think the best festival they've ever made is the Super Adventure Box, which I consider to be a masterpiece of game design. A brilliant piece of work. That's the saddle rack. Is that the only one I know? It is the only one I know. Well, what other ones? The training dummy. I asked them not to call me a dummy. Gives all melee tools, critical damage plus, one-handed melee weapons. Well, let's go ahead and learn the dummy. Don't say it. Just don't. You're strong. You can refuse the opportunity to abuse me. And this is affecting the same two pieces of equipment that the saddle rack did. Providing buffs to them. I need 4 lumber. Fortunately, I can make lumber. But I am a bit low on lumber, so I can also run outside and chop down a couple of trees so that I have some more lumber waiting by. Hi guys, how you doing? You're looking good. Having fun out here today? Not being killed by me for a change? Timber, by the way. I want to get that out there. Oh, wow. On the wood tree. As opposed to, of course, a shoe tree. Let's see. Good, good. Good. I had forgotten that this has the same functional option that Dune Awakening has, where it has a function that if you open a container, you can dump anything that's already in the container into the container. Glorious. All right, we need 2 fiber and 3 twine. 2 fiber. Animal fibre. Bug meat. And 2 twine. 2 twine. And of course, I'm sure I got those completely backwards. I got them backwards, as is tradition. It's not easy being Lens. It would be a lot easier if my brain still functioned, but, you know. What are you to do? Oh, okay, how about that then? There we go. Manuel's got a perfectly nice little lean-to of his own over here. I'll have you see. He's got a nice tent. It's got a light. My place doesn't have a light. So we're going to have a lay down, and we're going to rest until dawn. Oh, big day ahead of me. Good to see you're awake, Manuel. And then teleporting around behind me again. I really wish you would do that. I think he really gets a kick out of it, to be perfectly honest. So we'll eat the last of our mixed veggies, and we'll have a little bit of hardtack or whatever the hell that was. And now we're back. Hoofing it. We'll see if we get attacked by more wolves along the way. 3 wolf attacks. Very unusual. Aha! Do you think you can run away from me? I can catch you and grab an essence. Haha! 1 essence. Purity of essence, peace on earth. That's a movie reference. I don't expect any of you kids today would get that. Dr. Strangelove. Kubrick. Stanley Kubrick. Earlier today, I made a reference to Animal House that was completely not understood, despite the fact that the individuals listening were, I would consider, mature human beings, but they one of them had never seen it, and the other one had just seen it a long time ago. You kids today, you just don't have the appreciation for the classics. The reference was, did we give up when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor? No! All right, here is the bunker. I didn't get the one that he got past me. In the first room, place is crawling with him. I can hear you down there, guys. Very faintly, but I can still hear you. You do not want to fire this close to yourself. I will do so at some point and wish that I hadn't. Here they come. Oh, okay. Giving him the axe. Yeah, I just want to axe them something. Is that more sulfur? Yeah, it is. I just don't want to make... I want to make sure I don't miss giving anyone any special treatment with an axe to the melon, you know. Right in the old cabeza. I think we may be done. More arrows and a card. Very nice on the card. Maybe we're not done after all. I think we're maybe done with the bunker. In which case, not so bunkery. The place of power will be significantly bigger and more challenging. As I mentioned, I don't think it's this place of power. This will be the first place of power to open up the next sort of map thing. But as an example, the kind of critters you will run into, should you choose to play this fine game. One of them, I think it's the second or third map, as an example, is the Jabberwock. The jaws that bite, the claws that snatch. Beware the Jub-Jub bird and shun the frumious Bandersnatch. Alright, well, we finished out that. Coal, I think. It is coal. Right. We don't have a lot of coal. We have a lot of gunpowder, which is made with coal. But I don't think that's all coal is used for. Alright, next up. That's the portal. We did that. Completion completed. So now we're over here to the cave entrance. Due west. The advantage to the bow, it doesn't do as much damage, it doesn't do area damage, but it also doesn't explode if a mob is too close to me and maybe kill me. Not that an accomplished game player, an extraordinary game player such as myself, would ever occasionally or even frequently blow myself up like that. But I'm just trying to set a good example for you guys, who are obviously not quite as skilled and amazing at games as I am, just trying to look out for you, the little guys. And most of you are probably little compared to me. I mean, physically. We have a glowing blue thing over there. We are not to the cave yet. And that's actually up there, so... Let's look at the little bluey thing, shall we? There are some environmental things that have no actual sort of game effect. They're just... environmentals. They help the setting feel cool and alive, and I think this is one of those. And we have a statue giving off blue thingness. And is there anything about this? Not that I'm aware of, but it is possible. Alright, we have another cave where normal critters await, and maybe a larger than usual sort of mutated critter as well. So far we've seen wolves, pigs, one or two other things. I can't remember what the hell I were. I mean, we've done a bunch of the caves. Well, not a bunch. A reasonable number of caves. Mary Poppinsing. Still with me, Manny? There's Manuel. We're going in. We got wolves. Manny and his transportation tech can get a bit weird. Now, there may or may not be a bigger and less friendly wolf in here. An empty Fey chest? Are you kidding? Did I hit this one yesterday? I don't think I did. But maybe? I can't think of any other reasons why it would be empty. We'll check the upstairs. Because conveniently for us, all the caves have the same layout. Yeah, we can't knock our weapon, or I should say our mineral pick is not strong enough to carve through that. All right, we got one more cave, and then we go to the place of power. Because I believe at that point we will have done every single freaking thing in the map. It's... I'm going to have to head back over here. Climbing picks. Southeast, southwest, right? Yeah, southwest, not southeast. Whoop. There's our glowy blue place. I do like the feel of the places. Whoops, spooters. Big ass spooters. And just to be clear, they jump. Because of course they do. Does anyone in the world actually need spiders to jump? I think no. My answer is a definite no. Now, I'm not an arachnophobe. I don't much care for spiders, but they don't completely and utterly freak me out. I am, however, an entomophobe, and bugs do. You know, beetles, grasshoppers, praying mantises, and later on, care to guess what you get in the game? Enormous leaping grasshoppers. Completely unnecessarily, I might add. We didn't need those. Nobody asked for them. Alright, here we go. We've got another cave. That's because the game has a few bugs. Oh! But don't. But seriously, folks. What the? Spiders. A fair number of caves will have, the equivalent in this case would be like a mama spider or something. But fortunately, not in this case. Okay, we got spiders, we got bug meat, bug chitin. You didn't get bug juice. That's a reference to an old TV show on Disney, but more importantly, to what everyone drank at summer camp. Give me just a second. I need to ban the spamming bot. Twitch, do your goddamn job. Thank you. Alright, this just leaves the abeyance site of power to the northwest. 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 More spiders. Okay. They normally come in threes. All right, the abeyance site of power awaits. Almost get that big in Australia. Imagine a funnel web that big. For those not aware, funnel webs are something of a rarity amongst spiders. They have two characteristics which sort of set them apart. First, they're communal. They live in groups. Most spiders live a solitary existence. Second, funnel webs are territorially aggressive. They charge at you. I've never been to Australia, which I understand has numerous lovely features and some of the deadliest critters known to man. Now, I don't believe they have like a real problem with funnel web deaths, but they also have the most dangerous and venomous snakes in the world. In other words, thank you, Australia. I'm busy for that rest of my life. You see, now he just teleports across. Manuel does. Manuel, where'd you go? I heard you. See? Was a guy that was digging in his backyard and took a break only to hear a ting sound repeating. He disturbed the funnel web nest and it started attacking the shovel. You guys? Nobody wants to deal with that. Now, I'm not an arachnophobe. If I was an arachnophobe, that little story that was just shared. Oh yeah, there was a guy that was digging in his backyard and took a break only to hear a ting sound repeating. He had disturbed a funnel web nest and they started attacking the shovel. Now, if I was an arachnophobe, I wouldn't sleep tonight. You've lived here for 40 years. I've honestly never actually seen one. I have an interesting but seemingly unlikely fact about me. I have only seen one black widow alive in my life, and that was at work in a cooling facility. But I've been bitten twice. I was bitten by a black widow in the butt as a little kid. I don't know the details. I never got the details. I was told this by my parents. Many years later, I had my arm was sort of sore and not moving very easily. And it didn't feel numb, but it felt like a little tiny bit numb. And a couple days later, I noticed the little red dot right about here. And actually 2 little holes. And then we found the squished black widow spider in my bed, which had bitten me. So I've been bit by black widow spiders twice. More times than you've ever seen a funnel web. Yeah, that one was a little scary because theoretically it was close to the heart, right? And that's not where you want the venom to end up going. But, you know, it didn't get much juice into me because I just felt a little, sort of stiff in the shoulder for a couple of days. Quest updated. We are at the abeyance site of power. Now, if memory serves, I can actually walk through this. I can. The redback spider, part of the same family as the black widow? Yes, I am aware. I've seen pictures of those. Okay, so this is a puzzle, one of the types of puzzles in the game. Now you'll note there is a red glow here. So we can have up to 8 of these red glows. We have 3 of them, which means somewhere in here in this building, usually on pillars or walls, we will find red glows, and we have to basically touch each of them, and that will open up this. And then theoretically probably also open up that door to allow us to move on to the next part of this location of power. I don't need the coal. But we do want that. There will also be loot along the way. We want that. That's Ethereum glass. So basically that's anything that we make with glass will be made better if we use that. How did I learn about that? Always worked the puzzle until you learned the hard way the number of... I just noticed it at some point. I noticed that you have the red glow against the blue background. And it made the correlation. My brain just went, oh, that's so much better. I would like the poison marbles and the revolver cartridges. Thank you. I will take the buffing and debuffing ammunition types. Now, the thing about these glowing red glyphs that we're looking for is they can be very hard to see because a lot of times you can't see them unless you kind of are looking at them from an angle or as you go by them. And I have spent extensive periods of time sometimes looking for that one that I haven't been able to find. Three red glowies, 3 symbols on the walls. In my case, it would have been, hey, there's a glowy there. I wonder if when I get this next one, we'll have less glowies. By the way, I will repeat, for any of you who find this interesting, or maybe even those of you who don't find it interesting, the game is currently free on the Epic Game Store. And I think most of us can agree that free, pretty good price. Well, I want the tin ingot, or tinget. So kind of what you have to do is you have to move around in the space and kind of look at the angles for things to try and find them. Find that for well free? Yeah, I mean, I bought it in early access on Steam. I have like 110 hours in, something like that. It's a game I really genuinely like. And so that's why I wanted to shill for it when it became free. And so I said, well, I'll play and I can tell people if they're interested. It's a really, I think, a good combination of a little bit of puzzles and survival crafting with combat available. It's not an amazing combat. I will also note somebody picked it up and commented that they were finding the third-person mode very helpful. And there is a third-person mode if you don't want the first-person mode. Am I loaded down with stuff again? God damn it, Manuel, come over here. Stop running away. Manny! Manuel? Thank you. Yes, I need something. I need you to carry some stuff for me. Oh, well, we don't need that at all. We can get rid of that. Do you have coal? You do. No, that's gunpowder. Okay, well, then we don't probably need coal. I can we can move the gunpowder across. Transfer that. We definitely don't need the lumber, but let me drop some stuff. They improve the intelligence of the NPCs. Yeah, avoiding me is probably a good idea on their part. After all, I'm just going to want them to carry something. Let's extract. Basically, you can get small amounts of the currency, the primary currency, by extracting stuff. He wants to load me up again! And I do. Actually. How are you looking on? We're still bleeping heavy. Fine. We'll extract the coal. What else is so heavy? Got a bunch of mixed plants. Ooh. That helps. Anything he already has, he now is carrying more of. Thank you, Manuel. Hey, all jobs are made easier when you've got manual labor. Sorry. Oh, I saw red. No, it's the red there. Lurk for a bit while you make lunch. I will want to know what lunch is. It's just my way. I've noticed it is pretty common among streamers. They want to know what other people are eating. And it's definitely a thing for me. You're thinking the same thing? Ah, well, great minds think alike, and so do we. Notice red twice while I was wandering around. Curse you! I have seen, in the past at least, sometimes following these little glowies can lead you to things. Now, I always felt there's the red that we're not looking for. That's the red we're trying to put out. I always felt that... Okay, there's one. We got one. Ladies and gentlemen, there's one. One. I always felt that it wasn't a guarantee. That it wasn't necessarily always going to work, but it seemed like sometimes it actually did work. We want those cartridges. And those cartridges. Alright, 2 to go. And I'm semi-loaded again. Not that kind of loaded. Tuesday night, though, probably. Alright, there's the other red thing that you might have seen. There's a red glowy there, basically saying that this door is closed until you get rid of the... Yep, there's red glow. That's 2. 2 down. 1 to go. So the advice, if you're doing these, is kind of to look at the angles. Alright, you ran over here. That's not helpful. You ran over here and in there. No, no. So this may take a bit. I have had these puzzles take as long as 10 minutes or so. One in one of the spaces you open, breaking through the wall. I think I've only done the one so far. That was over here. That's the one. Sometimes if you get too close to them, they can vanish. So that's why you kind of want to check around at the angles. You think you've broken through at least 3 walls? Really? I think I remember 2. Well, that wouldn't have been a broken wall, I don't think. Here. I'm hungry. Pardon me, I need to eat something. We're going to eat some roasted meat and a little bit of hardtack. Maybe split the hardtack and make sort of a sandwich out of it. That would be delicious. Bacon and eggs, excellent choice. That was my dinner last night. Hi, Manuel. See, but there's the other red thing, basically telling you, haha, the door's still locked, you loser. I don't think there's a correlation to the red here as an indicator of where you might find it. But let's operate on that as a possible theory. Alright, that one we got. Oh, what? I thought I saw it. Thought I saw it. Thought I saw red. I'm over here. I don't need any quartz, thank you. Here's an old and really appalling joke. Are you ready? Since we just found some quartz, what's gray and comes in quartz? Elephants. I apologize. Really sorry about that. First time I heard that joke, you want to know how diseased I am? I got the right answer. I came up with the right answer on the spur of the moment. I should feel embarrassed, humiliated, appalled, something. And yet... Found it! Like I said, sometimes it can take a while. That is a little boing pad that will boing me up in the air. But we've got loot in there first, so we want to poke around in here a little bit. Cartridges. Cartridges. Grab the glass. Check the Fey chest. You want the card for sure. Alright, we're definitely overloaded now. Manuel? Yes, I need something. Let's discuss your role. I'm still freaking overloaded. What the hell's... Oh. Alright, we can dump the regular lumber. Or extract it for giblets. The raw gem we can extract. What else is weighing so damned much? Bug chitin. It's got to be all the stuff I'm carrying. It's probably most of it. I'd like to keep the burl wood, as that's higher tier stuff, just like the Ethereum glass. We can extract the pole. Don't say it. Just don't. You're better than that. I don't like the simple maul. I've never used it. We can extract that. Well, we've got about a quarter of our load down. We want the Ethereum glass, that's for sure. More ammos, okay. Alright. Alright, so we will now jump over there. And you might go, why are you jumping over that? Because it's going to boing us. It's supposed to boing us. Get off of it, Manuel. Manny? Oh my god, it is so hard to get good help these days. I thought it was a boingy pad. It doesn't seem like it's a boingy pad after all. Well, we must have another way in. Oh, we have another way in. Yeah, never mind. Teleport. I hear something that sounds like it's breathing heavily. Yeah. Okay, I guess it was just that place. The teleporty thing. Bacon and eggs do sound good, and I just had them last night. Tonight? Oh, we have another heart. There's almost certainly another heart around somewhere. Something blued up. I'm I'm not real happy about things blowing up in my general direction, you know? What the? Oh, jerk. There must be another heart in here. There it is. Here they come. Who's next? Is there another one? Is the question. Pardon me, sir? Sir? Where'd he go, man? Oh, there he is. Or there his friend is, one of the two. Is that all of them? Manny's not running around anymore. That makes me think maybe we've cleared. Alright, so we now have one of the multiple gem puzzles. To open up the next door. You haven't seen one of those. What those are is there are multiple gems that are lighting up in a pattern, and you have to touch them in that same pattern or it'll summon more bad guys. There's one. 3. 1 and 3 are in here. Alright, there's just 3 of them then. So, 1. It's to the left somewhere. We need to find the second one. My frames are a little crappy right now. Need to find the second one. Might be below. We're looking for the second one. Now? Quad. It's still out there somewhere. My frames are a bit crap right now. I guess it's just too busy of a architectural location. More cartridges. Right now what we're trying to do is find that second one by seeing where we get a glow. 1. There it is. It's up there. Got to be in here somewhere. Up there. There it is. Okay. 1. 2, 3. 1. 2, 3. Door opening. Momentary break. A little cool water. All right, we've got glowy red thing again, so this may... the font of authority. The font of authorita. Oh, we got more bad dudes. We need to find the heart or hearts as quickly as possible. That's not a heart. I'm trying to remember how to solve these puzzles. I think I have to stand in them until they lock into blue. Each one? Yeah. Okay, that's one. Guys need to get some sun. Way too pasty white. You talking about me or the bad guys? Because both apply. Come on, turn to blue. Thank you. Alright, there'll be no more spawning of the bad guys, but the bad guys who are already out need a murdering. Just a wee bit of murdering around the edges, you know? It's nothing personal, they're just evil. Also, their personal hygiene could use a little bit of assistance. I mean, I know I'm not supposed to talk about that kind of thing, but really. And Manuel's no longer running around. If nothing else, he's a pretty good bad guy detector. And that when he stops running around, it's because the bad guys are dead. Hey, dude. Your dudeness? I will repeat again, for anyone who wasn't around earlier when I said it any number of times previously, this game, if you find it interesting at all, is currently free on Epic Game Store. That's why I'm playing it for the third day in a row. I saw it was free. I already had it. I bought it on early access. And I think it's a good enough game. I want more people to play it. So I'm shilling. Unapologetically shilling. It's free. 20 essences and another door opening. Now, it's possible that we don't have a boss fight in this. Most of the time you have a boss fight in these. But we may still have a boss fight. Quest updated, the abeyance site of power. Alright, that's the way through. Kill the Jabberwock. You see? It was the first one here. Alright, so the Jabberwocky is here. Is everyone ready to fight the Jabberwocky? I'm going to eat a little hardtack and some roasted meat of type prey. There's the Jabberwock. I hit him. But he's not just going to stand there for the whole time. Nope, he's going to change locations. Okay. All right, which one's the real Jabberwocky? Oh, he's immune. Apparently, for a second after he multiplies himself. Okay, do not run into the bad mushrooms, Lens. They hurt. Okay? Where on earth is he? That's not great. Ooh, 150. That was a good one. That one's going to leave a mark. Okay. Real Jabberwock. Don't just stand there. Shoot the damn thing. Man, that's not going great for the good guys here. Got it. And because I'm an idiot, I never did set myself up with any healing potions.
What? Heal? But why? My guess, Lens, would be maybe because you're an idiot. Thank you.
All right. I do not want to carry any of those with me. I have defeated the Jabberwock, my son. The jaws that bite, the claws that catch. Beware the Jub bird and shun the frumious Bandersnatch. I not only solved the puzzle, I defeated the Jabberwocky. And didn't even die. Almost died. Didn't die, though. And that's what's important, is that I didn't actually die. Did we get the Jabberwocky parts? Because he drops special Jabberwocky bits. Well, which one was he on there at the end when he died? Because that's going to have the bits. Because magical monster bits can be used to make things. So, for instance, if we have the Jabberwocky hide, we could use that to make better armor, say. But it didn't look like there were any Jabberwocky bits up here. Maybe I pick up the Jabberwocky bits in the next room? I don't remember. I thought the one I finished was over here, but I didn't see any bits.
There it is. Jabberwock bones, hide, and meat. And a new customization material, Jabberwock. Oot. So I was right. They do spawn in there the Jabberwock bits and pieces. They can be the ingredients for the monster mash, but only if you do it in the graveyard. So it can be a smash. I will release the essence bundle. We'll get 20 more tier 1 essences. We have got a lot of tier 1. Bacon and eggs got fancy. You diced the bacon and cooked it, then added the scrambled eggs, topped it with cheese, and grilled on the top. That, yeah, that works. I'm not going to say that wouldn't work for me, because of course that would work for me. Now, if I'm feeling real fancy, I might caramelize some onions in there, too. Oh, yeah. All right, we need to uncover the Empyrean knowledge from the pedestal. You thought your puns were bad? Hey, you see, I don't tell dad jokes, I tell bad jokes. Empyrean knowledge. I've unlocked a new section in the progression menu. I've unlocked the Sylvan Cradle Major Realm card. Next time, oh, not mushrooms. Ooh. I mean, I don't like them. And I can't stop myself from, making bad jokes about it and being an unfun guy. Yeah, I know. I don't leave much room for complaint with my bad fun guy jokes. Exactly. All S tier. Well, it begins with S, and the jokes are a hit. So, S hit. Find the puck in the crossways. All right, come on, Puck. Where are you? I know you're here. Come on, Puck. There he is. This is the puck. Robin Goodfellow, for those of you who know your Midsummer Night's Dream.
Oh, well done. Well done. You've proven yourself worthy of the title Realm Walker.
I'm a Realm Walker.
Though I did smirk watching from the shadows, I was pleased to see that my gifts
Watching from
were
the
not
shadows and
wasted
smirking.
on me. Assurances in hand, press onward.
Puck, kind of a
Awaken one of yonder portals, where a storied realm awaits, known to me by many names. Your kin, however, call it Sylvan's Cradle. Fear not the road ahead, as I shall preserve your passage as best as I am able. We two are conspirators now, and my aid remains yours. With luck, you may find ways to open further portals and mend the Empyrean network entire. Now I've led you around, through bog, through bush, through brake, through briar.
Not really through
The
bog.
next steps are yours. There are yet more of your kin in these wilds. Lost refugees, strangers to these fey wilds. So too are there more seasoned realm walkers, who might point you toward Nightingale better than I. Go then, and tread on toward that which is boundless beyond
Welcome
the
home
measurable.
completed. Thank you, Puck. Right. Travel to Sylvan's Cradle. Well, before we travel to Sylvan's Cradle, which we will be doing, One of the reasons I built my house relatively close to the Empyrean network there was so that I could, get to my little home away from home. It's not much, but it's a shithole. Whee! There it is. I didn't even go with a square. It's a 3x2. Honey, I'm home. Walks into a palace. Yeah, pretty palatial for a tent. Compared to a tent, assuming I've like put wattle or something up there to keep the water from dripping in, compared to a tent, this would be palatial. On the other hand, this is where Manuel sleeps, and I'm kind of thinking he may have a better deal than I do. Now, if we take a look at progression, Tier 2 is now open. But it takes the second tier of essences to learn anything. But in here we've got things like a launcher, which is better presumably than the basic sling bow. We've got revolvers, blunderbuss and shotgun. We've got bolt action and lever action rifles. We have axes and mining picks and axe picks, or pickaxes as we call them. Mauls, knives, swords, throwing knives, sickles, hammers, better umbrellas, better climbing picks. The spyglass is a nice addition. Plus, we have new pieces of equipment for making things and the various things they can make. Tools we did, more items of clothing, higher tier clothing, new pants and hats and shoes. Maybe a neckerchief, consumables for food and magical potions and whatnot. Specific magic cards, magic charms, frosted lucky charms, they're magically delicious. Additional tile sets for housing. You get up to tier 3 and, well, things get even more impressive. Ornate launchers for the higher tiers of rock launchers or exploding marbles. A mystic bolt action rifle, which sounds really cool. I mean, I'd rather have a minigun, but I'd rather have a minigun. Ornate swords, dauntless and mystic, high tier stuff all around. Forgot what they were called, but people used to hollow out tree trunks and use them as basic cannons to pepper the sky with pellets to knock out whole flocks of ducks. I've never heard of that. I find that believable. You wouldn't use them more than once or so, I would expect, because the danger of failure could be really bad. Although if you had a long enough fuse, everyone could get behind a big rock. So let's see, how much weight am I carrying now? 67.57. I should probably drop off more stuff. And for me to drop off more stuff, well, that means more baskets, because I don't have access to anything that holds more stuff than baskets. need 5 more plant fibers. So, shortly, very shortly, actually, after I get a few more plant fibers, we will be heading off to the second map in the game. Those are all going to be sticks. Because sticks and stones can break my bones, and why did they break my bones? This has been Len's Dramatic Theater. I hope you found it entertaining. But we're not done yet. Oh no. But wait, there's more. It slices, it dices, it creates julienne fries and ornamental garnishes. How much did you pay now? Oh wait, there's more. Alright, we do not need a bug animal fiber. We should eat those. That can stay, that can stay. Those are the mystic bits and pieces we got along the way. Normally, I actually have method to my madness here. It's like I'll have a box with raw resources or tier 1 resources. And then, you know, different boxes for the various and sundry bits and pieces. But right now, not that very good. I'm not that fussed about it, as it were. All right, we're down to... Why are we still at 51? I assume it's because everything we're carrying over here is giving us weight as well. Although, I'm assuming it's kilograms. 50 kilograms, 51 kilograms up. Like 114, 115 pounds. Am I carrying manual on my back, is my question. Google came up with the punt gun. That actually does ring a bell, and it does ring a bell that it was used to bring down a shitload of waterfowl, but I didn't know it was made out of a hollowed out log. Okay, we're going to take some of his stuff and dump it off. Take that. Take that. Got to be careful because if we go overweight, we can't jump up and get into our house. Not my fault. I promise. We'd have a little bit of copper. We might be able to make something with the copper. Actually built out of metal. But it had heard of people making them out of hollowed out logs. I can believe that. Making something that big out of metal would be difficult and potentially prohibitively expensive. Manuel, we're going to try to empty out as much of your inventory as we can. Where are you? He just loves teleporting around. He can't help himself. I think it's just a phase he's going through and he needs to grow out of it, but he just won't. He just refuses. We'll dump most of this stuff off again. We're just going to lighten his load, you know. He works very hard for his money. He works hard for it, honey. And I want to treat him right. And apologize to all of you for inflicting that silliness on you. He had just a couple things left of him where he walked right through me. He teleports. He walks right through me. There we go. He's got plenty of space now. All right, we have cleared out our inventory of the vast majority of stuff. Let's head to Sylvan's Cradle. Typical bore of 2 inches as it could be made out of a tree trunk. Yep, that sounds... It sounds like humanity getting creative. I went the wrong way, didn't I? I went the wrong way again. Well, the one thing I can say in my defense as to why I'm always going the wrong way is I've always gone the wrong way. So it's not that I'm getting old and going the wrong way and getting lost. Which, by the way, doesn't happen when I'm in a car. When I'm in a car, I never get lost. I have a really good sense of direction. Okay, one time. I did get lost. In San Francisco. And it led to me driving down Lombard Street intoxicated. I don't want to get into it. I was young and stupid. Don't do that. Especially down Lombard Street. Oh, I ran out of poop from running around. Alright, we're going to travel to Sylvan's Cradle. I remember, I don't think we do it here. No, yeah, here we play minor realm cards. Up here is where we open the portal to Sylvan's Cradle. It'll take it a minute. There it is, the consumables. We'll get that and that. No, not that. And that into the consumables. There's the health potions. Yeah, that might have been useful, you dumb bleep. We're off to Sylvan Cradle. The mobs are tougher. The next tier of materials is here, so copper and stuff. Pardon the yawn. It's not you, it's me. It's preparing. I will also note that as I'm pushing you all to grab a free copy of this who don't already have it, off of Epic Game Store, I will note that you can run your own server. So you can play locally or with friends, even if the company that makes the game have future-proof the game. So you can keep playing, should you choose to. We get extra harvested wood yield from Sylvan's Cradle as it's a forest realm. And here we are. Oh, and there's a town right down there. Now, I can't remember if it's the third realm you go to or the fourth realm. This is the second. It has lighter gravity. So the different realms will have very, very different properties, as you would note with the lighter gravity. Which is another one of the cool little touches they have in the game. There's a lot of good, smart design going on in this game. Here we are. Entertain us. Now, we have Manny here, of course. We can recruit Morris, or Celia, or Rhoda, or Florence. We can only have one of them with us at a time, but the other ones we can put to work around our house. Right now, I don't have anything that they could work around the house, but later I will. It is, I think, still technically in early access. But it might have actually had a full release. I'm not certain, actually. But it's $0 on EGS right now, which is, I think we can all agree, that's a pretty good price. We'll run in here, and we now have 20 Tier 2 essences. Hi, Mary Jo Chenoweth. Isn't she an agreeable-looking woman? Doesn't she look like she'll be friendly and nice? Free's a very good price if you're the customer. I mean, conceivably, you could get, they would be willing to pay us to take it, but I'm guessing that's not likely. I know every face that lives in Sylvan's Cradle, and you are not one of them. Are you with the witch? Yeah, it does kind of look like a Miriam. Such a hospitable greeting. Hard times don't afford the luxury to beat about the bush. With our realm and the trees in this state, ... I'm afraid we don't have the resources to welcome any newcomers. I'm certain you understand. The name's Miriam. As an act of good faith, I can answer any question you might have, but then you'd best move on to your next realm. I'm curious about the state of the trees. Why are they like this? When a witch enters a realm, and not long after the trees begin to wither, the correlation is not hard to make. Aside from the witch, do you have any other leads? She's my best lead, but if you insist on poking your nose elsewhere, you could visit the temple ruins. A realm walker and his assistant passed through a while back, headed for the temple. I've seen the assistant studying the other ruins from time to time. Perhaps she has some far-fetched calcularian reasoning you could chase. Wouldn't hurt to look into. Do with your time what you will. Just don't waste mine. Now, is that all? Could I offer you or your village any help? Actually, the village, not you. Realm walkers, always the altruists, trying to be the heroes of every realm they visit. Miriam, go yourself. Though, after this calamity everyone's touting about, we've had to deal with far too many of those bound fiends. We could use a sacrificial soul eager to swing an axe pick. Or pickaxe. Tell me, Realm Walker, which suits you more, clearing the buildings or clearing the vaults? Tell me more about these buildings. Nearby there are some older buildings we had hoped to repurpose, but it seems the bound have made them a nest. We tried to barricade one of them, but we lost that battle quickly. Clearing them out would win us those buildings back and make our town a whole lot safer. Start with the insult, then ask for help. Yeah, this Miriam, she's a winner. Sounds like a challenge made for me. Then be my guest. Tell me more about the vault. There's an old vault we long abandoned. I suspect that the bound are coming from. If you feel brave enough to cut them off at the source, it would be much appreciated. I can clear that for you. The extra help is appreciated. Hey, she's not being a hateful, malignant creature anymore. I'll leave you be. She's delightful, really, once you get to know her.
No, she's not.
Ah, health regeneration is significantly decreased by the active realm card here. So if we can find the portal and drop a minor realm card in, we could change that to something else, like maybe mining works better, or we have a slight regeneration increase, something like that. Something's just sitting here. Sandstone. Manuel, have you been, like, breaking up the rocks again? I can't take him anymore. Cyril Barclay, yet another new face in Sylvan's Cradle. You've arrived at a difficult time, but don't feel too unwelcome. No, I believe that was that your wife, Miriam? My name is Cyril, though most here know me as Mr. Barclay. Teacher, student, amateur archivist of our little home collective's knowledge. Though should you be in need of someone more official capacity, my wife Miriam is who you're looking for. Does a village so small have much need for a teacher? As long as there are people in Sylvan's Cradle, there's need for a teacher. Yeah, he's a teacher, all right. Now these guys, I happen to know, have some tier 2 crafting bits and pieces in a couple of the buildings. Now, we're here, of course. Quests available up there, and that's the refugees encampment. We have an infestation over here. Let's head to the refugees. They're due north. And it's going to be raining. There we go. You can tell a true Victorian adventurer because he always has an umbrella and a sword. It's still listed as early access on Steam? Yeah, I thought so. And I'm not sure it'll ever go into full release. The company has been having problems. But as I said, they took the time, effort, and presumably money to make sure that you can run it locally, even co-op. So if their servers go down, the game isn't dead. Is that a bunny? Hopping along? A purple bunny? Am I tripping balls again? It's very cool. It's another reason that I feel like I have to recommend the game at the price of nothing. If it was the $30 list price, I would have a lot more trouble recommending it. But the fact is, there's a lot in the game I like, and the fact is that they have treated the game players respectfully by putting in that feature, that if the company croaks, worst case, and they shut down the servers, you can still play the game, and you can play it with your friends. Hello, Daniel. Danny boy! Hail, a Realm Walker, are you? You might be just the help I needed. What sort of assistance do you need? If I'm honest, Realm Walker, trying to get settled in these realms isn't an easy feat for most out here. I was trying to help a fellow out with building some essentials, but I'm running low on resources. If you have any to contribute, I'd pay you for your generosity. I'll gladly lend a hand. I had a feeling I could count on you. Glad my instincts were right. So, what this is a new kind of quest, for lack of a better word. What you'll find in some places is you'll find things like this cloth tent outline. He doesn't have the materials to build it. So if we can get the materials and finish it, he'll give us rewards. And this is a fairly common mechanic, where you'll run into a little camp with a couple of people in it, and they just need someone to fetch the resources. So for instance, in here, we need rocks and sticks. I don't have any of those right now, but I can find rocks and sticks. So we're going to need 5 rocks and 4 sticks. That's 4 sticks. We just need 5 rocks. Fine, we'll collect more sticks. We'll also collect some twine because we're going to need that. And why not some barberries? In case I feel like making something else additional to eat, you know. An adventurer gets peckish from time to time. Trying to remember. Oh, rocks? Rocks? No rocks. That's 3. All right, we have sufficient rocks. We can now get their cooking fire started for them. It's raining all over the world tonight. There we go. We got that done. That is going to need lumber. I think they do indeed have a saw table here. Tier 1, so if I can just get some trees that I can chop down, if it stops raining. But also over here is the universal sign for I have a quest, which is the exclamation point, of course. Like most game mechanics, what they require is literally right next to them. Well, okay, yeah. Hi, Anna. Kloka Anna. Welcome, Hjartat. Such kindness to speak with so old a soul. I don't know, she doesn't look much older than me. Don't. Tell me, am I what you expected? Pardon me? Coy, but not clever. Worry not, Hjartat. Hjartat. I laugh with you. This is a formidable jest. I am old, but not yet deaf. I have heard the rumors. I know you expected a witch. Miriam did suggest you were a witch, yes. Then she has done me the disservice of a stolen introduction. I am Kloka Anna, or so my people call me. Klokguma, wise woman. My people come to me for guidance. Is there a way I might guide you? Do you perhaps seek to heal the trees? Yes. Do you know what might cure the trees, their corruption? Oh, I would not worry. Their bark is worse than their bite. Gotcha. No, I do not. Oh, she talks like Yoda. Even if I did, my methods would not be welcome. Ms. Mai made that clear. The villagers cry witchcraft, point blame at me, think me a woman who cavorts with demons to cause harm. I cavort with demons because they are hung. Oops, sorry. Adult humor. No children in the audience allowed. The only child allowed here is the streamer. They're just branching out? Sure. I don't want to go out on a limb, but that could be the root of the problem. Leave the trees alone. Yeah, you're right. I should probably leave those puns behind. Witchcraft or not, let's return to the matter of trees. It is a grave matter. Such is true, but answers? I have none. Yet I will do my best to offer what I know. ... Though I have nothing to hide, I am slow to speak. I fear I may lose you, but to lie would be worse. You've done nothing to make me distrust you now. Then it's the truth I'll speak. The trees fell ill one day after my arrival. The villagers believe this proves my guilt, but their minds stop at the simplest answer. If my arrival be the cause, I held no intent. I accept banishment as my penance, but my people? They deserve safety. A home. Hjartat, if you're willing, learn what ails the trees, then return to Anna, so she might know the truth. I'll investigate the trees. Blessings you bring me. I will turn in kind. Ask anything of the ailment and my knowledgeable ears. Do you have any theories about what could have caused this? I will be playing the WoW Legion remix on Tuesday. My intent on Tuesday is, assuming the servers are up and functioning correctly, to have an early session with Legion remix I loved the Pandaria remix, so yes, I'll be playing. And then probably take a break for an hour or two for dinner, come back, play some Guild Wars 2 because Tuesday is also the launch of the Mad Kings Festival Halloween celebration in Guild Wars 2, and it's my favorite. And that'll probably be a couple of hours, and then if I'm still feeling saucy, more Legion. And I will then be playing a lot more Legion on stream after that. What class will I be playing first? That's... I don't know. Likely would be Mage and Demon Hunter because I've played them a lot. Also possible DK because I've played so much DK over the years. Rolling dice does seem like a good choice. I have a D20 here. I always keep a D20 with me at all times. Warlock. Lock is another one that's always good too. Personally, I am a huge fan of Worgen Warlocks because the top hat and the monocle on a Warlock Worgen just kicks ass. Many. Some of my people claim that it was Ms. Mai herself, an excuse to push newcomers out and keep this cradle for themselves. But listen not to this talk. Fear causes rash decisions and anger deeper wounds. Ms. Mai is misguided, but evil is not within her. Instead, seek those wiser than this Kluk Gama in the ways of the Feylands. Two await at the temple. They will guide you better than I. Miriam suggested something similar. I'll heed both of your advice. Likatil, may the white snake guide you on your path. But before you go, she's going to want a kiss, isn't she? Might Anna be of further benefit to you? I'm more interested in if I can help you. I'm a helper. That's just who I am at the core. I'm a hero. They say the best place to find a helping hand is at the end of your own arm. But I would not turn away a third and fourth hand. My people, we came from a small Swedish village to seek safety in the realms, but we were cast to the outskirts by Ms. Mai. Without shelter and necessities will not fare well. If you have aid to lend, my people need roofs. I will help your people. Your kindness will not go unpaid. Now, might Anna be of further benefit to you? No, I'm good. Your visit has brought this old soul much joy. Farewell. Now, you notice she said they are from Sweden. I'm going to share a piece of personal information that is goofy, but true. My mother's family crest is quartered with the Swedish royal coat of arms, which means I am distantly related to the Swedish royal family, the royal house, the house of Bernadotte. They wouldn't even bother to laugh at me. But it is true that I am very distantly related to the house of Bernadotte. Bernadotte, of course, not Swedish. They made him king. He was one of Napoleon's marshals. And why did he get the job? Because he was nice to Swedish soldiers who surrendered to him in Swedish Pomerania. I guess no good deed goes unpunished. I need 2 more rounds. And that's how Bernadotte became king of the Swedes. He was polite to a group of them when they surrendered. More rocks. Also, Swedish Pomerania is not a location you're probably familiar with. I think it was what is currently part of Poland? But it might even been part of what is now Russia. This would have been early in the 19th century. There we go. I have made 2 things for them. And I think I'm going to call it here. I'll get inside because, it's raining. This is the shittiest roof. Ooh, wow, that was a sneeze out of nowhere. Shittiest roof I've ever seen. Delphinium. But I think I'm going to call it here for the evening. So, here's what my schedule's looking like for the rest of the month. Tomorrow, I may take the day off. Most likely, I will be doing a short key farm on Guild Wars 2. Tuesday, as I mentioned when Snoopy asked, I'll be playing, assuming the servers come up early, for an early session, I'll be playing the Legion Remix. I did 5 or 6 characters to the cap in the Pandaria Remix, and I wasn't that big a fan of the Pandaria expansion. Legion is probably my favorite expansion they ever did, so I'm going to be playing the hell out of that. But also on Tuesday, I'll probably be playing a little bit of Guild Wars 2 for Key Farm, and then maybe back to an evening or a longer evening session after the Key Farm with more Legion. I'll also probably be enjoying adult leisure beverages Tuesday night. So my expectation from then is from Wednesday for some length of time, I'll be playing mostly the Legion Remix unless Blizzard has completely blizzarded out and fucked up the remix. I'm hopeful that that's not the case. Now, checking my schedule further. On the 13th, so that's a week from tomorrow, the new expansion for New World drops, and I would like to play that. My expectation for that is I might be split scheduling again, where I'm playing Legion for one session and New World for the other session for some length of time. I don't know. I'm not done. We've got more. On the 17th through the 19th, Arc Raiders open beta. I want to try Arc Raiders. It looked like an absolute blast. Now, as a note, it's a first-person shooter PvP, PvE extraction game. There has been talk, not from the guys making it, but outside of it, that it would be a really good idea if they made PvE-only servers. I would be so down for that because the game looked like a blast. Regardless, on at least the 17th, I'll be trying it. Now, that's the 17th through the 19th. The 19th, I will be celebrating another lap around the sun. Again, alcohol will be involved. No idea what I'll be playing. Whatever the hell I feel like. Now, continuing on. Where were we? Oh, yes, on the 28th, we have the Guild Wars 2 expansion. And then on the 29th, I won't be playing the Outer Worlds 2 because I'm going to be playing the Guild Wars 2 expansion for a long time. In short, I have a shitload of things I'm doing this month. To reiterate, Legion and the Mad King on Tuesday. A week from Monday, New World expansion. Night Riven, Night something. On the 17th through 19th, Arc Raiders beta. On the 28th, Guild Wars 2. Now, if anything else pops up, who knows? I might be playing additional stuff, but it is a busy month for me. So, tomorrow, to reiterate really quickly, tomorrow, probably a key farm. Tuesday, Legion and the Mad King in Guild Wars 2 and booze. Wednesday, probably getting over the booze, and Thursday back at it with Legion. So that's the plan for the rest of the week. I would like to thank all of you guys for hanging out with me very, very much tonight. I'll be back tomorrow. Most likely at the usual time, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, middle of the night in Europe, morning in Asia, Australia, and New Zealand, with a short key farm. So we're looking at probably like 90-minute short stream. And then back, meaning business on Tuesday. Again, thanks guys for hanging out. Hopefully you will see me soon. Have a great rest of your day. Please do take care, and Ciao for now.